Today I'm cooking broccoli gently with pasta and olive oil and garlic. This is another very simple recipe where I'm going to be turning a vegetable into a proper meal, and it's part of the Food That Looks After You little series, a bit like the cavolo and the cardellini beans meal I did recently, where simplicity but very tasty and incredibly nutritious for you and very healthy, of course. I just washed the broccoli and I'm slicing the florets in little pieces, just using a normal knife, and I'll cut them in half. Here I'll show you this one, for example, is a little bit big. I'll go in the middle and I'll end up with something like this. The trunk is also very good, by the way, so I'll remove the bottom part and the top part, and I'm gonna keep it.
I get the bottom bit because it's a bit manky, but what about the top? What's wrong with that?
Because if you look, there's an awful lot of the outer skin here, the outer peel.
Oh, right, and you want the white bit.
This is the part that I want to keep. So
okay.
I'm going on an angle, and I'll remove as much of the tough woody part as possible, and retain the whiter bit. And you can do the same with cauliflowers, by the way. You can also adapt cauliflowers with this recipe. Broccoli are slightly tastier and also a little bit more colorful. But this is what I was getting at. So you end up with something like this. This can go to a compost bin. And to ensure that everything cooks roughly at the same time, I'll just chop it in half and in half again. And I'll finish chopping the rest of my florets. I've got some water boiling. This is the same water I will use to also cook the pasta. So I'm going to add some salt now, and then I will not be adding any later. And I'll start by pretty much blanching the broccoli. I'll put it in boiling water, and I will leave it to cook for 4 minutes, no more than 4 minutes. I do not want to cook it too aggressively. Sometimes actually we forget that if we cook it for too long, broccoli loses its properties, and also it becomes very soft, whereas such like this, it retains its fibre, which is great for you, but also the flavour and the taste is much better. So 4 minutes, no more than that. And I start putting together the base of my simple pasta. So some olive oil at the bottom of a pan, and I've got here 1 large clove of garlic. I'm cooking for 1 tonight, actually, because Mrs. Tortellino is going out, and I'm cooking for myself.
I'm going to the pub with the girls for a catch-up and a meal.
Yes. So when I said to her what I was planning to cook, do you know what she said? She said, "You're welcome to her." She's not keen. And she does this from time to time. I'll tell her what I'm cooking. "Oh, I'm not keen on that." And then she tries it and she says, "Oh, actually, it's very nice." So we will see about this one.
It's the thought of a whole meal being based around a broccoli.
Well, you'll see.
Same with the cauliflower, and then yes, you're right, I am quite often surprised, but there we are.
Indeed. So if you were to cook for more than 1 person, of course, use 2 cloves of garlic. But if you were to cook for, say, 6 people, no more than 4. You do want the garlic to be there, but you do not want it to be overpowering. Also, I'm adding a red chili pepper. This is mild. If you don't like chili peppers, by the way, or I'll also be adding some chili flakes later, do not bother. But the red chili pepper will add some kick and also brightness, whereas when I will add the chili flakes at the end, they will add depth. So I can go back and move on the hob now. When you start sizzling the garlic and the chili pepper, make sure that your temperature is on medium. You want the garlic to gently release the flavor without browning it, and medium is perfect. So just leave like that. In the meantime, you'll have seen that my broccoli have cooked. I'll turn the temperature up. I've removed them from the water and it's boiling again, and I'm gonna be cooking some conchiglie, which is perfect for this recipe, but you can use any pasta you like. And I'll cook the conchiglie all the way but 1 minute, so that they are just before al dente. In the meantime, I'll get my olives ready, and again, this is another optional ingredient. I like olives, and I think in this particular dish will add additional depth alongside the broccoli, and the olives and broccoli marry really well. Also, instead of olives, if you like, you can use capers, or capers and olives together. However, if you do that, be slightly careful, because they're both quite strong, and the idea of meals like this is their simplicity. So if you actually want to keep it really simple, do not put either in, but entirely up to you. But I do like a few olives, so I'm going to add just a few, maybe another one, and I'll be done. I'm actually using some black olives today, because they look very nice. But I could have very well used greens or anything you've got available. There isn't.
I can vouch for those ones at the end there with the whole garlics
The
in
garlic
it.
ones,
I've eaten
yeah.
3 or 4 already, but
she's
had to
been-
stop because I was worrying about the girls tonight.
Eating while she videos. Okay, let's move back to the pasta. And the pasta is about 4 minutes before it's ready, so this is a good time to add my broccoli to my garlic here, which has been gently simmering away. And I'll continue mixing together with the oil and the garlic whilst the pasta finishes cooking. But do remember to keep it on a medium temperature. Do not be tempted to turn it up, because gentle in this recipe is the secret. I'm nearly there with the pasta, so the first thing I'll do is to add the olives. I'm adding them now, otherwise they will be releasing far too much flavour. And my pasta is almost done. I've got a slotted spoon here, and purposely I'm keeping some of the water, and I'll start moving it across with my broccoli and everything else. Before I continue though, I'm going to pinch a generous ladle of water, cooking water, and add it to it like this. And this will finish cooking the pasta, as it is still 1 minute before it's al dente, and it will release a little layer of cream to my broccoli, and vice versa. The pasta will also absorb some of the flavor from my broccoli and from my olives and everything else. This is ready, just a few finishing touches, and I can serve. So I mentioned chili flakes, different aromatic layer, just a little on the top first here. A little Parmesan cheese whilst everything is still in my pan. A little olive oil. Mix it together. And by now you will know that you've done it right, because the smell is amazing. And if you look carefully, you should have a tiny little amount of water at the bottom, just like this, which is perfect. You don't want this to be too liquidy, and just serve yourself a portion. And of course, do not forget some of that lovely sauce on top.
I suspect there'll be enough for me to have a little try as well.
No,
a little mid-afternoon snackette.
And I now have added olive oil, but this is yet again very Sicilian, so you have to. And I'll finish with one very last sprinkle of again chili flakes. This is more decorative if anything else, but also because it's still fresh, it will taste different. I'll go and get a spoon and try it. Mrs. Tortellino has agreed to join me, as she was a little bit skeptic.
Well, I'm a little bit peckish, so I felt I should really try it.
So go on, you give your verdict also. Bit hot.
Got a little kick.
Little kick. It's lovely. Do you like it? What are you eating tonight?
Oh, lamb cubes on a skewer with chips and bread and mint sauce, I think there is, and
Anyway,
yeah.
It's another beautiful simple meal from Sicily. If you make it, you can do it without the olives also, as I said, and maybe a little bit less chili if you're not too keen. Enjoy, grazie, buon appetito, ciao ciao.